everyone, this is Gary and today we're doing another life skills video. Now the way in which these videos work is this. There are three sections. This first section gives you a broad outline of the subject and the topics it will be covering as part of that subject. The middle section then deals with the meat of the subject, the detail, and I have found it best to do that through a series of slides. And then the final section is just a quick summary of what we have covered. Now, in case you miss anything, all the detail that you hear and that you see in this video is also set out in the description box below, and in addition there are some links to other relevant videos. So, having done the quick introduction, let's just get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. Today we're dealing with 12 skills for life. Now, I'm not suggesting this is a definitive list. I'm suggesting this is a list of skills that you just might want to review and decide whether you need to do more or whether you have them already. And if you have these skills, well, in my view, you will thrive in this world, and that is why they are important. So let's start with the first, shall we? Skills for life 1 to 3. Well, the first one I suggest for health is you need to know how to stay fit. There are things you learn at school, things you've done at school, or indeed at university or further education, and then as an adult there may well be other ways you've learned to stay fit that you need to not only remember, practice again, but you need to continue with throughout your life. But how to stay fit is a skill you need. And in parallel with that, it wasn't always this popular, but it is now, is being mindful of yourself and your surroundings. Now, mindful is a word that is widely used along with mindfulness to mean all sorts of things, from meditation to simple awareness. And I would tend to stress it's the latter as much as the former. You need to simply be aware of yourself, your body, and your surroundings and the impact on you that they are having. You need to be aware of others, of course, and your impact on them. So a sense of awareness, self-awareness, mindfulness, an important skill to develop if you don't have it already. And then my third skill will be how to cook food. Now that is not simply just putting a ready-made meal into an oven or microwave. No, it's knowing how to cook food from scratch, knowing how to prepare food, and knowing what foods go with others. Again, you may say, well, that's easy enough. Yes, it is if you have those skills, but if you don't, think about whether you should start to acquire them across the three main methods of cooking: over fire, with steam, or maybe with a pan, direct heat, or in an oven, or on a hob of some sort. Knowing how to cook food, how to prepare it, an essential skill, and which foods go with which other foods, how to build a balanced and sensible diet, and being able to prepare it. Yes, eat as many hamburgers as you want, as they say, so long as you know how to prepare them and all their ingredients from scratch. If you don't, then don't rely on others, acquire the skills first. How to cook food, a skill for life. Next, in the range of skills 4 to 6, how to manage money. Now, that sounds a little more complex than it is, but it's not much more complicated than preparing a simple budget, identifying where your money goes, identifying where it comes from, and managing the two. Think about the differences between active and passive income, if you understand them, but most importantly, manage the process of acquiring money and spending it in a sensible way so that by the end of each year, you have some left if possible. How to negotiate with those around you. Now that's not socializing with those around you, which we'll come on to separately. It's about negotiating, moving people from yes to no, or simply dealing with them on a day-to-day basis as you journey through life. people who are not close friends necessarily or family. That in itself sometimes requires quite complex skills of negotiation, but simply dealing with people to find your way to the objectives you wish to achieve without causing too much disruption around you, and negotiation is the key. If you think you can do that, great. If not, then find out how to do so. Next, how to earn a living. That's a key skill for anybody. And when you're earning a living, as I was just mentioning, you need to understand the difference between active and passive income. At first, earning a living is all about selling what skills you have, identifying what skills you have that you can sell, and in selling those skills, how you earn your living. And maybe as you move from earning a living in an active way, you acquire assets which maybe you can then sell or rent to others and earn a living from passive income. And understanding how you move from one to the other, or you have a mixture of both if possible, is part of that progress, part of the skills you need for life and to thrive. It's not easy for those who have little, I understand that, but we must all start somewhere, and we all do start somewhere, even if it's from zero, and earn our living and our way in life slowly, but with effort and with determination. So we move on to skills 7 through to 9 then. How to manage a team. Well, as things become more complex, and indeed if you are in business or you're trying to use your skills to grow your earnings, well, often you'll do so working with others, and sometimes you may have to manage a team. So how to do that is a skill you may need to learn. It's something you have to find out about and you have to work on and practice. Then we go on to the thing that is the opposite to negotiation, socialization. And you must understand that there's a difference, a big difference between the two. Socializing with those around you isn't important for your well-being. After all, we are all, most of us at least, social animals. And being able to socialize is critical. It's not the same as negotiation, and you must understand the difference, both in business and in your personal life. That socializing and negotiating are critical factors to the success of both, but you must understand the difference between the two. And then, as part of the skills for life, you must learn how to use technology. It's no longer an option. Skills for tools is another issue, but using technology is a critical part of surviving and thriving in this life. So we move on to skills for life 10 through to 12. First of all, how to apply first aid, an essential skill and a basic skill. And so I suggest that if you don't know enough or you have not yet learnt it, you find out. Attend a course, read a book, do something, but do not do nothing. Have nothing. No, you must have something in the first aid area of expertise and skill. It is not difficult to do. Find out if you don't know enough already. How to travel around. Well, in this world, you have to move around. You cannot stay where you are. And you need to be able to negotiate your way around. Maybe it's just around the area where you live. Maybe it's around the country in which you live. Or maybe it's traveling between countries. These are all skills. They require knowledge. You need to know how things work. You need to know how people move. You need to know how goods are moved. And you need to know how to be part of that. So how to travel around, a critical skill. And finally, how to use basic tools. So that's not technology. That was an earlier skill we talked about. But how to use basic tools. It's not something which occurs naturally or organically. You may think you can simply pick up a tool and you will find you can't. You have to practice even the most basic tools. The hammer, the screwdriver, the pliers, the multi-tool, always a great place to start. And always think about carrying basic tools on you where it's safe and appropriate to do so. Because you will always need basic tools wherever you go, because stuff just happens. And those then are the 12 skills for life. And if you acquire all those skills, that's great. I have those skills to a limited extent, and I'm always working on improving every one of them. And that is what I recommend that you do. Think about the level to which you have these skills and think about what you can do to improve them. And if you can improve them, if you can master them, well, life will be as simple as that. Okay, so I hope you found that life skills video useful and interesting. And as I've said before, all the detail which I've covered in this video is also set out to assist you in the description box below, and you will also see a number of links to other relevant life skills videos. Now all that's really left for me to say after that is that if you like this video, please mark it as a like, and if you wish to see more videos like this, then please subscribe. Finally then, let me just say thank you very much for watching this video, and bye for now.